could be something interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a better fish, isn't it? Luncheon meat obviously picks out the better ones. That's a bit more. I haven't got a lot of luncheon meat, that's the only problem. Where's the line? Yes, the rudd, isn't it? You seem to like luncheon meat. Oh. Yeah, that's a much nicer fish, isn't it? Let's get that line out of the way. Yeah, there we go, folks. Oh, don't struggle. I'm showing you to the people. Yeah, well, that's a bit better. Well, good morning, folks. Today I've decided to go to my local commercial. I know some of you will regard that as a bit of a cop-out, but I get a river report from the Offord and Buckton Club most Fridays, and last Friday, a few days ago now, the report was basically the river is at the low summer level. There's hardly any flow at all. It's clear, and the temperature is 15 degrees. So I think, to be honest, that is a bit of a challenge too far. So I'm coming to my local commercial, which is only about a 10-minute or so drive from home, which is nice. But there is another reason why I don't really want to go to a river today and do a lot of walking. I'll explain a bit more of that later on. But did you see that carp coming towards me there? Unbelievable. They just don't slow down, do they? Anyway, yeah, there is another reason that I didn't want to do too much walking today. So I'm going to go there to the commercial, and I'm going to sit there and stay in one spot all day and fish the waggler. So that's the plan for today. I'll get back to you when we get to the Fields End Water, which is where we're going. It's only about another 3 or 4 minutes down this road, actually. Right, we're almost there. The double bend here is the sort of indication that we're almost there. Around the double bends, then first on the right. Yeah. Here we go. Hoping it won't be too busy. The main summer season's over. It's a caravan and camping site with sort of lodges and everything else, so a lot of people go in, so I'm hoping it won't be too busy, but we'll see when we get there. The reception's open. Right, let's go and get pay for the money. Well, we're here. This is the visitors parking area. There are obviously lots of caravans and lodges and things, so there are people who stay here and fish. So the fact I'm the only car here doesn't necessarily mean I'm the only person here. In fact, there were a couple of guys walking down to the lake from the office when I paid. So anyway, not a lot of walking this week. Obviously I've got to find a pitch, so depending what's free, that will determine how far I walk. I'd like to get one in this near side corner. I rather like. A lot of people who fish here fish for carp and they're casting out to the middle. I like to fish the margin, and there are a few swims that are sort of better for margin fishing, so that's what I'm heading for. It seems very quiet. When I first used to fish here, there was no office or anything like that, and you just paid your money in this little hut here. Let's see if the corner's free. Fingers crossed. As I say, most of them are after carp, and this corner swim isn't the best for carp fishing really. Yep, it's free. Tucked away in the corner. Lots of privacy. Quite a big space between this swim and any of the other swims. I guess the lake's going to be quite low. Yeah, it's as low as I've ever seen it. If you look over there, there's like a beach. You don't usually have a beach, and you may be able to just see there's a platform a few feet back from the beach. Yeah, so we're talking about seriously low levels here. Yeah, I could almost fish it from down there, which would be better than sitting on the platform. Yeah, I might give that a try. Right, I'll sort myself out, tackle up and what have you. Got something crawling on my face, just excuse me a minute. Right. Yeah, this is as low as this lake has ever been, I think. What a summer we've had. Yeah, okay. Right folks, I'm all set up. It's about 9:30, so not a particularly early start. Yeah, it's pretty shallow out there for margin fishing today, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. I've brought some maggots and worms that were left over from my last river session. I don't usually use maggots and worms here, so it'll be interesting to see what I catch. Maybe a few perch, which normally I don't catch here because I'm not using baits that attract perch. Anyway, as I say, ready to go. I'll crack on, but I'll just mention something that I sort of alluded to in the car about not wanting to go to a river today. A few weeks ago, I sort of was looking at a mole on my arm and it looked unusual. It was a little bit bumpy, so I went to the doctor's. I didn't see a doctor. Seeing a doctor these days is like winning the lottery where we live. But anyway, I saw a nurse who said she took an interest in skin sort of disorders and that. Anyway, she had a look at it and she referred me to the hospital. She didn't alarm me in any way, but she did say just go and get it checked out. So as I say, quite a few weeks ago now, I went to Addenbrooke's Hospital, and the dermatologist there had a look at it and said, yeah, we'll biopsy that just to make sure. I got the feeling it was to make sure. But she spotted another mole on the other arm, at the back of the arm, which I couldn't really see. And she said, we'll have a look at that one as well. And she was also concerned about this sort of coloration on my scalp. There's like a patch, which you may have noticed in some videos. And I just thought it was this sort of aging spots you get, you know. But anyway, she was interested in that as well. So anyway, without going on much further, yesterday I went back to Addenbrooke's and they did 3 what they call minor operations. But basically just cutting out the 2 moles and removing some skin from the from the scalp. It was all done under local anaesthetic. Didn't feel a thing. They said I'd be in a lot of pain sort of once the anaesthetic wore off, but to be frank, I'm not. So that's the good news. But what they did say to me was, don't do anything over energetic, no sports, just give yourself a few days to rest. So basically I thought, well, tromping along the river, carrying all the tackle, hardly sort of active sport, but it's a bit of a trudge. So I decided today to come over to the commercial. It's less than 10 minutes in the car. As you saw at the beginning, it's a very short walk, so sorry about the long explanation, but that's basically why I've come to the commercial today rather than the river, alongside the fact the river reports aren't very good at all. Anyway, I won't talk anymore. I'm all tackled up. We'll get going and we'll see what we get. Cheers. Right, we're sort of sitting up in the air here on this platform. I do not like platforms. I was tempted to sit down on this ground, which is now available. Normally it's underwater. But to be honest, it's a sloping bit of ground and it's very uneven, and my chair will be sort of leaning forward all the time, which is not very comfortable. So I decided against that. I've stayed on the platform. It'll make it easier to cast, to be honest, on the platform. I'm going to fish out. I normally fish close to these left-hand reeds, but to be honest, there's hardly any depth there at all, so I'm going to cast out a little bit further. I've thrown a few maggots in a little while ago, so I'll try maggots. As I mentioned before, I never normally fish here with maggots or worms because I'm normally sort of luncheon meat, bread, sweet corn. I bought all those things, but I've got worms and maggots, so I'm going to try those. So hopefully we may get a few rudd, if nothing else. To be honest, I'll be happy whatever comes along today. I just want a quiet day, and it's very quiet here. I can see two other anglers, and I saw two walking away from the office as I was sort of paying. That may be it really. So it's very, very quiet here. It gets very, very busy in the summer with all the campers and caravanners. You can come here in the summer and not find a pitch. But anyway, so what we've got today is I've got my Gray's Prodigy TX Rover float, which is a 6-section rod for travelling really, but it's a lovely rod to use. Being in 6 sections doesn't seem to affect it at all. If anything, it stiffens it up a bit, which makes it quite a powerful little rod. A waggler, single shot. I think I was already tackled up, so this is from wherever I was using it before, and I think that's probably a 14 hook, so quite small. If a carp comes along and sort of pokes its nose in, we're going to have a bit of a challenge, I think, but I'm not sure we're going to pick up any carp today. But we'll see. We may not pick up anything at all. So I'm going to start off with maggots, as I've thrown a few in. As I say, I had quite a few maggots left over from the river the other day, and just wanted to use them up really, so it'll be interesting to see. But I've got other baits if we get tons of small fish with maggots. I've got sort of other baits that might be a bit more selective. Yeah, I've never fished this spot when it's been so shallow as this. Oh, something took it on the way down, as I expected. There's lots of small rudd here. So it may well be that maggots is not the best bet, but there we go. It may guarantee that we catch some fish, of course. Yeah. I'm not hooking them now, am I? Surely they're not that small. Perhaps I need to strike a bit quicker or faster. Let's get the line a bit tighter. Oh, this is ridiculous. The float's going under and I'm catching nothing. I know there's small rudd in there, but I didn't think they were that small. There's some very nice rudd in here actually. Ah, there we go. We got him that time. He's not that small either. Maybe a roach. There's a good roach in here as well. Hey, be careful swinging these in because that's a long drop for the fish. Yeah, that's a roach, isn't it? That's quite a nice roach actually to start with. I won't sort of hold him loosely because there's a good chance I'll drop him. Yeah, that's a long way down for the fish, isn't it? Not very good. Perhaps I'll net them from now on and even the little ones, and just drop them back in the net, because there's a distinct chance of causing harm here. So I may try a worm, that may produce a better roach, or oh, there's a carp flopping. Oh no, it's not a carp. I think it's some form of bird. Oh, what's this? Here we go. Here we go. What did I say about catching perch? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I keep saying, is this the smallest perch I've ever caught? But this one must be getting near to it. See if I can show it to you without dropping it. Right, here we go. Look at that. Oh, he's absolutely perfect in every little way. He's so tiny. Look at that. God, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Jesus. Seeing that little perch, obviously as a lad I used to catch perch, a lot of perch, because they were easy. And I caught one, it was probably about the same size as that, and I took it home, obviously in a thing of water, and put it in an aquarium. And I kept it for ages, used to feed it maggots. And I came home one day, and I'd put a sort of shell in the aquarium just to sort of give it a bit of character, you know. And this little perch had burrowed into the shell, you know, into the spiral of the shell. And of course it couldn't back out because its spines got caught. So I'd kept it for ages, and my little perch expired that day, which was very sad. Anyway, that's a little story for you. Anyway, I'm going to try a worm now, I think, and see what happens. We may get a better perch, you never know. Right, let's try a worm, see what that brings. Oh, didn't have enough line out. Yeah, that's interesting. The worm isn't being attacked in the same way the maggots were. In fact, it's not being attacked at all. But we'll leave it there, you never know. I would have thought we'd perched down there. One of them had a go at the worm, but there we go. Oh, something's found it. There we go. Not sure it's any bigger than the maggot fish, but there we go. As expected, a perch. Let's put the net here, just in case you decide to fall off. Trouble with these small hooks is they're not going to get hold of. There we go. And another perch, folks. Oops, nearly dropped him. Nearly dropped him. We're going to get plenty of sport today, I think, that's for sure. Not sure we're going to get anything spectacular, but it wasn't a very good cast. I'm not doing very well here, am I? That's better. The other reason for coming here today, I've already given you a number of reasons, but is that the weather was forecast to have very light, if any, wind at all, and this lake is very exposed. So if there's anything in the way of a wind, it gets very choppy very quickly. Well, there's been absolutely no interest at all in my big fat juicy worm. I've tried the right hand margin as well. Not a touch on it. So either the fish have all disappeared, or the fish down there are not interested in that bait because it's too big, which isn't a very good sign, is it really? There's a guy fishing right over the other side there. That's where I often like to fish, but I didn't want to walk all the way around there today for reasons I've already explained. But having a bit of a conflab over there with a, I think it's a couple walking around the lake, and I can hear mentions of the water levels too low, and so yeah, I think the margin fishing today is perhaps not the best idea, because these margins, it must be a good, I don't know really, just looking over at that platform over there, which is well out of the water with the beach in front of it, 2 feet, possibly getting on for 2.5 feet down. That's incredible. It's an incredible drop in level. But that big fat juicy worm is not attracting anything at all. I may go back on maggots just to see if there are any fish around still. I thought even a small perch might have had a tug at it, but nothing at all. Well, I just missed a bite on luncheon meat, so that's it's actually spam. I keep calling it luncheon meat. I always used to buy luncheon meat, but don't see it in the shops very much these days. But spam, so it's spam. But anyway, same thing really. Anyway, I just had a bite. I wasn't expecting it, and I was a bit slow on the reaction. I'd been looking at the float for quite a while, and I have caught good rod here on luncheon meat before. Plus carp, of course, but I'm not sure the carp are moving around much today. There's no sign of any movement in the reeds or anything. Probably all gone out to deeper water. That could be something interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a better fish, isn't it? Luncheon meat obviously picks out the better ones. That's a bit more. I haven't got a lot of luncheon meat. That's the only problem. Where's the line? Yes, the rud, isn't it? They seem to like luncheon meat. Oh, yeah, that's a much nicer fish, isn't it? And get the hook out. Let's get that line out of the way. Yeah, there we go, folks. Oh, don't struggle. I'm showing you to the people. Yeah, well, that's a bit better. God, yeah, covered in slime. Well, we've got enough luncheon meat to last an hour or so. Out you go. I think that's a bite, folks. It's lifting a bit and it's under. Yeah. Let's see if we can keep the commotion down a bit this time. I think that's a perch. Is it? No. Is it a perch taking lunch of me? No, it's not, is it? What is it? Is it a roach? No, it is a perch. Very pale perch. On lunch of me. Why didn't you take me worms? Eating bloody lunch of me, but you wouldn't eat me worms. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, it's not too bad. It's a little way down, but it's not too bad. Alright folks, that was a better perch. Very pale. Very pale in colour. And there we go. Here, we put you back in the net. We won't throw you in. There you go. Yeah, straight away. It's the roach this time. Yeah. Just put you in here. I'm just throwing you all the way down there. Right, I've found my knife, so I'm cutting the lunch meat up a little bit more elegantly now. Oh, not enough line out. Yeah, they seem to be going for it straight away, the luncheon meat. I've had this before here, I don't understand it. I don't know if it's the colour. I can't believe the speed with which they take it. It can be the smell of it. Yeah, it's something having a go. Yeah, that's quite a nice fish as well. Let's put your net over you in case you fall off. Don't want you falling off of here. Yeah, there we go, folks. Don't you wriggle. No. Stop wriggling. So slimy. Is that rudd? Yeah, I think it is. It's got the... It's either a roach rudd hybrid or a rudd. I think it's a rudd. I think the dorsal's further back, isn't it? And the upturned lip. Cool. Everything's a bit slimy at the moment. Right, let's put you back in. Yeah, okay. Another bite. Yeah. Steer it away from the rest of them. May net that one actually. Quite a decent fish. Yeah, that is a decent fish. Unfortunately, the hook's come out. Saves me the hassle. That looks like a nice roach, actually. Get myself sorted out here. What's that caught on there, for God's sake? There we go. Just hook that in my trousers so I don't lose it. Right, yeah. It's quite a nice roach, this one. Stop him bouncing around. Yeah, that's quite a nice fish, isn't it? I don't mind a few like this. Yeah. Swimming back in the net as they always tend to do. Made a bit of a splashing with that one, I'm afraid, folks. It's another roach, I think. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, that's another roach. Another nice roach, actually. I don't know. No, it's not, is it? It'd be a rudd. You can tell by the lip, can't you? I stop struggling, fish. Now I got you. There we go. we go, I think. Starting to move. Let's wait for a more positive bite. Perhaps I'm not going to get a more positive bite. Oh yes we are. Yeah, there we go again. Just try and drag him away from the shoal if I can. I'm using the net because I don't really want to swing them and they drop off onto this damn platform. It's not going to do them any good at all. I know it doesn't really warrant the net, but hooks come out, so it saves me the job. Yeah, it's quite a small one this time. Yeah, it's another rod, isn't it? Right, let's put you back in the net, shall we? I was just turning off my remote camera because nothing seemed to be happening, and I turned around and there was no sign of the float anywhere. So I just turned off the remote camera, and just in time to miss a fish, but there we go. That's the trouble when you're trying to film things and fish and do everything at the same time. Let's get this line all sorted out. Oops, hook's come out, that's good. I think it's a roach this time. I'll keep saying that and then I have a look at it and it's a rod. It's a bit overkill, this landing net for these fish, but there's always a chance of picking up a carp here. Yeah, it's another rod, isn't it? It's just a dip on the float, so I've turned the camera on. May have been able to take the bait off, so maybe nothing else coming, but yeah, it's a sort of sharp dip, and then yeah, no, there's more movement, so the bait's still there, obviously. It's quite odd here. I'm sitting in the shade under some trees and looking out there, there's sunshine everywhere. It's a good spot in the summer, this. Keeps you out of the sun. That's odd. It sort of bobbled and then bobbled again. There we go. Oh, this one's really pulling. Is it a perch again? One of these sort of very pale looking perch. Yeah, I think so. Let's get this line in, then we don't get in a tangle. There he is, folks. Can't see him very well in this light, can you? It's all a bit dim and he's very pale. Especially with the sun behind him. Perhaps if I bend down and show you him down here, it gives you less contrast. Yeah, okay. Oops, I shouldn't have dropped him there. The net wasn't quite off the Sorry about that, Mr. Perch. Off you go. Yep. Just going to stretch my legs a bit. Sitting all day, it's Not really good for me. Yeah, there's a cafe and a bar here now. Yes, it's very commercial. The guy who's carp fishing just along from me, he came to chat to me earlier. He said, "Oh, I've just had my breakfast." He obviously went in there for breakfast. It's probably as far from natural as you can get, really, isn't it? But still, I'm just stretching my legs a bit. I've fished this spot before. It's quite a good spot. The only thing is now it's really quite close to the bar. But they're all so far above the water now. You can see the carp guy over there with his all his gear. So he's caught 2 carp and he's only been here about an hour and a half. This used to be the #1 favourite spot, but people don't seem to bother now. Some interesting ducks, I don't know what they are. Yeah. Not sure how well you can see them on this camera. If I go any closer, they'll fly away. But, yeah, another guy over there looks like he's playing a carp. Most people come here fish for the carp out in the middle. I'm a bit unusual fishing the margins. Margins used to be a lot better, to be honest. I think things have changed. Yeah, everything changes, doesn't it, with time. It's gone quite quiet of late, but I thought there was some indication on the float then, so I've just flicked on the camera. Yeah, I think something might be interested, yeah. Yeah. This feels quite a nice fish, actually. It's difficult to tell when you first hook them, mate. Yeah, no, this one's actually... I just gave it a bit of line, so... I don't know if it's a perch again or what, but... No, I don't think so. Difficult to... Yeah, I think it is a perch. It's so pale, these perch, I don't recognise them for what they are. Let's get the line out of the way. Yeah, it's probably the best perch today, I think. Find a line. Yeah, I think this is definitely the best one we've had today. It's quite a nice fish, actually. Don't you spike me, you bugger. Yeah. It's just inside the lip. I need to disgorge up. It's not that it's anywhere down, it's just can't get my fingers to it. Yes, it's definitely the best one of today, isn't it, folks? There we go. Some luncheon meat again. Find
Only hooked one of the bites. I think it's another rod. Or roach, as the case may be. Rod, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's another rod. Still, it was bigger than that when I hooked it, I must admit. I think we've hooked into a carp, folks. I wonder why it gone quiet. Not really got the tackle for this, have I? It's going to take me on a merry dance, this one, I think. I think it's a 14 hook. Arms in the way, isn't it? You can't really see what's going on. I'm not sure if it isn't foul hooked, actually. Often happens when you're float fishing. They swim past and difficult to tell at the moment. Yeah, I thought the hook holder would go in the end, to be honest. It's only a 14 hook, it wasn't going to hold, was it? Oh well. It's good fun while it lasted, folks. Need a bigger hook for fish like that. Oh, never mind. It'd be nice to see what it was, wouldn't it? But never mind. Yeah, I think the hook hold just pulled. Yeah, the hook's still okay. It's not straightened or anything. No, it's fine. So it obviously just pulled. Oh well, bit of excitement. Well, it's amazing. No bites on maggots. As I said, it went under straight away. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, just put the net there just in case. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Making a mess of this, boys. I'm stuck in the bloody tree. That's the trouble. Yeah, maggots worked that time. Just took it on the way down, didn't they? That's a roach that time. Come on, get out. I managed to hook one on luncheon meat. Trouble is, I struck so quickly I pulled it out of the water, so it caused a lot of disturbance. I could swing all these, but I really don't want to. I'm just frightened they may fall off and end up falling on this platform, which should do them no good at all. Yeah, it's another quite nice rod. Oh, just got the hook in my finger then. Slipped out my hand. Stop it. So slippery, these fish. Yeah, not a bad rod again. It's weird how they love this spam or luncheon meat. Well, after a long wait, I just had a bite on luncheon meat. This one's given me a little bit of a fight. It's quite a nice rod. Oh, bloody rod's caught in the tree. God, jeez. Oh God, I keep catching me rod in the tree. Here we go. Yeah, it's quite a nice rod. He's taking it down a bit, unfortunately. Oh, I'm going to lose me this gorge if I'm not careful. Right, there he is, folks. Nice fish. Well, folks, it's about 2:30. The bites are very few and far between at the moment, so I'm probably going to call it a day. I'm getting a bit of a headache, actually. I don't know if that's an after effect from having sort of things done to my head yesterday at the hospital. Maybe, I don't know. Possibly, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to stay much longer. I've had about 1 or 2 bites in the last sort of 25 minutes, so it's quite slow. Having said that, I'll probably go under now while I'm talking to you, but no, it's slowed up a lot, really. You can get bites on maggots, but they're all really small fish. There's been a few carp caught around the lake, I think. Guy to my right's had 2 or 3, I think. And when I went for a walk earlier, there was one guy at the other end of the lake. He was playing a fish. So the carp obviously feeding. Well, one took my bait, although I'm not too sure whether that was foul hooked or not. Difficult to know, really. Didn't get it in far enough to see. Oh, there we go. I told you we'd get a bite. Well, I was telling you I haven't had a bite for 20 minutes or so. I think it's another rod. It's a good bite. Went straight under. Oh, well, that was that then. He came off. Oh, so our last bite came off. So I'm gonna call it a day, folks. It's been a good few hours. I've enjoyed it. It's been lovely conditions for float fishing. It's a pity there isn't a bit more water in the lake, but other than that, it's been great, really. So yeah, it's a pity to leave, really. I said I wouldn't stay too long today. There we go. Well, that's it, folks. Yeah, a fairly short session today. I promised my wife I wouldn't stay too long because I think she's a bit worried about me. Yeah, it's a pity to leave though. The lake's looking absolutely beautiful, even though the bites have sort of fallen away, but I'm sure this evening things are really hot up a bit. Yeah, not too bad a session really. Too many small fish on the maggots, but changing to the spam I was getting some reasonable rudd and a few quite nice perch really as well. Yeah, I hooked into that carp. I think the odds were well and truly against me with that carp. Very light tackle, very small hook, and I'm not too sure whether it was foul hooked or not. It was difficult to tell, but the way it turned on the surface I thought it might have been foul hooked, which might explain why the hook pulled, but there was a chance it would have pulled anyway. It's such a small hook and it was a big fish, so anyway, so it's a pity about that, but anyway, I quite enjoyed it and it's good to be out for a few hours. So I'll make my way off home now. Thank you all for watching the videos, and a big thanks this time to the subscribers, because I've now passed the 1,000 mark on the subscribers. Thanks for all the comments and yeah, and the likes, of course. Yeah, keep them coming, please. Yeah, that's about it really. Not a lot more to say. Not sure when I'll be out again. Probably I'll try and get out next week. I'm trying to get out once a week if I can. And I'm not sure about the rivers still. I really am not sure about the rivers. Conditions are absolutely terrible really. So we'll have to see. You'll know when I get there. Anyway, thanks a lot, and bye for now, and cheers.